The hollow wail. It started with a scream that clawed its way out of the earth, a sound so shrill and guttural it shattered the night, waking Hollow Creek in a cold sweat. It wasn't human, not quite. It was wet, ragged, like something choking on its own blood. I bolted upright in bed, my heart slamming against my ribs as the echo faded into a low, mocking laugh that slithered through my window. By morning, the town found footprints, huge, bare, with claw-like gouges, smeared in black mud, trailing into the forest, and stopping dead at a rotting oak, split by lightning. That's when the whispers began. I'm Clara, 17, trapped in this decaying speck of a town. Hollow Creek was already half dead. Crooked houses, sagging porches, a church with a cracked bell that hadn't rung in years. But after that night, it felt cursed. Sheriff Harper, a hulking man with a permanent scowl, brushed it off as coyotes or drunks. His voice shook, though, and his flashlight kept flicking toward the woods. That evening, I heard it again, tap, 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 on my second-floor window. No branches reached that high. I peeked through the blinds and froze. A face, gray, eyeless, its mouth a jagged tear, pressed against the glass, whispering my name in a voice like snapping bones. I screamed, stumbling back, and it was gone. But the window was smeared with something oily and red. My friend Lila, wild-eyed and fearless, dragged me into the woods the next night. "We're finding it," she hissed, clutching a kitchen knife. The forest was a tomb. No wind, no life, just a sour stench that stung my nose. We found the oak, its trunk oozing a thick black sap that pulsed like a heartbeat. Beneath it, a hole gaped, small, dark, and wrong. A child's giggle bubbled up from inside, sharp and sudden, making us jump. Then silence. Lila leaned closer, and the ground lurched. A hand, skeletal and dripping, shot out, clawing at her leg. She shrieked, slashing with the knife, and we ran as a guttural snarl exploded behind us. Back home, I found an old diary in the attic, my great-grandfather's, stained and crumbling. "The Wailer," he called it. "It hunts by name, feeds on fear. We buried it, but it gnaws at the seal." My stomach twisted. That hole, was it breaking free? The next night, the scream returned, louder, wetter, rattling my teeth. My bedroom door creaked open on its own, revealing nothing but a shadow stretching across the hall, impossibly tall, its fingers twitching. I slammed the door, barricading it with my desk, but the whispers seeped through. "Clara, I see you." A loud bang hit the door, splintering the wood, and I choked on a sob. Lila vanished the day after. They found her shoes by the oak, soaked in blood, the hole now wider, exhaling a stench of rot. I went back alone, armed with salt and a trembling prayer from the diary. The air buzzed with flies as I poured the salt around the hole. A shriek, high-pitched and furious, ripped from below, and the ground split. Two milky eyes glared up at me inches away before a claw lunged, fast. I jumped back, finishing the chant, and the hole collapsed with a final ear-splitting wail. Hollow Creek's empty now. I still hear it sometimes. A scratch under my floor, a giggle in the walls. Last night, my mirror reflected not me, but it, grinning, waiting,